call God first every morning, yo. Listen up. Too many of y'all wake up, and the first thing you do is check your phone. You check your emails. You check social media. You check on people who don't even care about you. But let me ask you something, did you check in with God? Did you make that call first? See, we all got problems, we all got struggles, and we all looking for answers. But you can't expect to win the day if you're not tapped into the source of your strength. You got breath in your lungs. That's a gift. You got another chance to go after your dreams. That's a blessing. But instead of saying thank you, God first thing in the morning, we distracted. We put everything else before Him. Listen, champions don't start the race without their coach. Soldiers don't go to battle without a plan. So why are you stepping into your day without checking in with the one who gave it to you? Today, I'm challenging you before you touch that phone, before you check that text, before you even step out of bed, call God first, because when you put Him first, everything else will fall into place. Let's go. Prioritize God first. Imagine waking up in the morning, the first rays of sunlight peeking through your window. Your phone is right there, buzzing with notifications, social media updates, emails, text messages, so many things fighting for your attention. And like most people, the first instinct is to grab that phone, scroll through messages, check what the world has been saying while you were asleep. But in doing so, you've already placed something ahead of the most important connection you could make. Instead of seeking validation, news, or entertainment, imagine starting your day with the one who gave it to you in the first place. When you wake up, you have a choice. You can either allow the noise of the world to dictate how you feel, or you can align yourself with divine wisdom, power, and peace. The first few moments of your day set the tone for everything that follows. When you choose to call on God first, you are making a declaration. God, you are my priority. You come before my problems, my plans, and even my personal desires. That simple act of turning to Him before anything else shifts your entire mindset. It reminds you that you are not walking through the day alone, that your strength comes from a source greater than yourself. Too often, people wake up feeling anxious, stressed, or overwhelmed by what lies ahead. Maybe there are bills piling up, challenges at work, struggles in relationships. Life is full of responsibilities and uncertainties. But when you reach for God first, you are saying, I refuse to let my problems control my perspective. I choose to start my day in faith, not fear. It's about training yourself to seek guidance before the chaos begins, before the distractions come flooding in. That moment of prayer, that time in the Word, that brief but intentional connection, it grounds you in something unshakable. Some of the most successful and resilient people have one thing in common. They don't start their day without seeking wisdom from above. They understand that their strength, focus, and ability to navigate life's challenges come from God. Before they step into meetings, before they chase their goals, before they interact with the world, they take time to acknowledge Him. It's not about having hours of deep meditation or reading an entire book of scripture. It's about sincerity. It's about starting with gratitude, thanking Him for another day, asking for clarity, and surrendering your plans so that He can order your steps. Life is full of unexpected twists, and no amount of preparation can prevent every obstacle. But when you begin your day with God, you are putting yourself in a position of peace. You are saying, God, whatever comes my way today, I trust you. I believe that you will give me the strength, wisdom, and patience to handle it. That shift in mindset makes a difference in how you react to challenges. Instead of being consumed by stress or negativity, you walk in confidence, knowing that you are covered. There is a power in prioritizing God first that many people underestimate. It's not just about religious routine or tradition, it's about aligning yourself with divine direction before the world has a chance to pull you in 100 different directions. When you wake up and immediately engage with news, social media, or other distractions, you are letting external forces dictate your mood and thoughts. But when you pause and turn to God, you are choosing to operate from a place of intention rather than reaction. Some people may say they don't have time. Mornings are rushed, responsibilities are calling, schedules are packed. But calling on God first doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as a short prayer, a moment of gratitude, a scripture spoken over your day. It's not about the length of time, it's about the priority. Just like you wouldn't leave the house without making sure you have your essentials, you shouldn't start your day without making sure your spirit is aligned. There are days when life feels heavy, when the weight of responsibilities and struggles seem overwhelming. On those days especially, calling on God first is even more crucial. It's in those moments of weariness that He provides the strength you need. It's in those moments of confusion that He brings clarity. Instead of carrying burdens alone, you surrender them early in the day, allowing Him to work things out in ways you couldn't even imagine. Making this a habit requires discipline. It means breaking old routines, resisting the urge to get lost in distractions, and being intentional about where you place your focus. It may not always feel convenient, and some days you might not feel like it. But just like anything that brings transformation, consistency is key. When you prioritize God first every morning, it becomes second nature. It stops being something you have to remind yourself to do and starts being something you can't go without. Stop seeking distractions every morning. The world is waiting to pull you in 100 different directions. The moment you open your eyes, distractions start fighting for your attention. Your phone is buzzing, notifications are lighting up the screen, emails are piling up, and social media is calling your name. It's so easy to get caught up in the cycle of checking messages, scrolling through updates, and filling your mind with whatever the world wants to throw at you. But the real question is, why do we allow distractions to be the first thing that shapes our day? Why do we give so much attention to things that don't give us strength, peace, or purpose? The problem is that distractions don't just steal time, they steal focus. They shift your energy from what matters most to things that drain you. Instead of starting the day with clarity and purpose, you start it with noise. Instead of stepping into your morning with direction, you step into it reacting to whatever shows up on your screen. And when you give distractions the first part of your day, you are letting them dictate your emotions, your thoughts, and even your actions. You might not even realize it, but the way you start your morning sets the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up and immediately start comparing your life to what you see on social media, you're already feeding insecurity. If you Open your emails first thing and see stressful messages. You're already stepping into the day with anxiety. Distractions are subtle. They don't always come in obvious forms. It's not just about social media, emails, or text messages. Sometimes, distractions show up as unnecessary worries, doubts, or negative thoughts that cloud your mind before you even get out of bed. They make you forget what really matters. They keep you busy but not productive. They keep you entertained but not fulfilled. And the worst part is that distractions often feel urgent. They create a false sense of importance, making you believe that checking notifications, responding to messages, or keeping up with updates is more critical than centering yourself in peace and purpose. But here's the truth: what you give your attention to first thing in the morning will influence everything else. If you feed distractions, they will grow. If you allow them to take control of your mind early, they will follow you throughout the day. But if you make a conscious decision to push them aside and focus on something greater, you take back control. You don't have to let the world set the tone for your day. You don't have to wake up and immediately get caught up in the chaos. You have the power to choose what you give your energy to. It's easy to say that distractions don't matter, but in reality, they shape your mindset. If you start your morning distracted, you will struggle to find focus later. If you allow your phone, emails, or the latest news to consume your thoughts before you even get out of bed, you are setting yourself up to be reactive instead of proactive. You are letting external forces decide your mood before you've even had a chance to think for yourself. And when distractions become a habit, they rob you of the discipline needed to pursue your goals with full focus. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with distractions is because they don't realize how much power they've given them. They don't see how small habits like checking notifications first thing in the morning slowly shape their entire way of thinking. They don't see how something as simple as waking up and diving straight into social media can affect their confidence, their stress levels, and their productivity. But once you recognize the pattern, you have the ability to break it. You have the ability to make a different choice. Imagine waking up and not reaching for your phone. Imagine resisting the urge to check updates, emails, or messages the moment you open your eyes. Instead, you take a deep breath, center yourself, and focus on what truly matters. You choose to start the day with gratitude, with faith, with purpose. You decide that before you allow the world to speak into your life, you will connect with the source of your strength. Instead of distractions pulling you away from what's important, you take control of your mind and direct your focus to things that truly add value to your life. This is not about removing every distraction permanently. That's impossible. It's about making sure they don't control you. It's about recognizing that the first moments of your morning are precious and how you spend them matters. When you stop giving distractions the first part of your day, you start reclaiming your focus, your energy, and your peace. You start stepping into your mornings with confidence instead of chaos. You start making intentional choices that align with your purpose instead of being pulled in 1,000 different directions. And once you take back control, everything else in your life begins to shift. Gain strength for the day. Every single day comes with its own set of challenges, responsibilities, and unexpected obstacles. From the moment you wake up, there are things waiting to test your patience, drain your energy, and distract you from your goals. Some days you feel motivated, ready to take on the world, and other days you wake up exhausted, mentally drained before the day has even begun. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how much you plan, there will always be situations that catch you off guard. That's why it's so important to start your day with the right source of strength. Too many people wake up and try to rely on their own power to push through the day. They depend on their willpower, their routines, their own ability to stay focused and disciplined. But no matter how strong you think you are, there will come a time when your own strength isn't enough. There will be days when your motivation runs low, when stress piles up, when unexpected situations leave you feeling overwhelmed. And in those moments, the difference between falling apart and standing strong to where you draw your strength from. When you wake up and immediately turn to God, you are making a decision to start your day with a power greater than yourself. You are acknowledging that you don't have to carry the weight of the world alone. You are reminding yourself that no matter what happens, you have a foundation that cannot be shaken. Strength isn't just about physical endurance or mental toughness. It's about being rooted in something that gives you peace, clarity, and confidence even in the face of uncertainty. People spend so much time looking for external sources of motivation to keep them going. They listen to podcasts, read books, follow influencers, all in an effort to find something that will push them forward. While there's nothing wrong with seeking inspiration, the truth is, all of those things are temporary. One day you might hear a message that gets you fired up, but by the next day, that fire has faded. The only source of strength that never runs out is God. When you seek Him first thing in the morning, you are tapping into a power that sustains you through every challenge, every struggle, and every obstacle. When your first instinct is to call on God, you are setting yourself up to handle anything that comes your way. You are preparing yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually before the demands of the day start pulling at you. You are filling yourself up before the world has a chance to drain you. And when you are filled with the right kind of strength, you don't just survive the day, you move through it with purpose, confidence, and peace. The problem is that too many people wait until they're in trouble before they seek strength. They wait until they're overwhelmed, stressed, or at their breaking point before they turn to God. But by then, they're already worn out, already struggling, already drained. Strength isn't something you find at the last minute when everything is falling apart. It's something you build every single day. It's something you prepare for before the battle even begins. Just like an athlete trains before the competition, just like a soldier prepares before the war, you need to strengthen yourself before the challenges come. The way you start your morning determines how you handle the rest of your day. If you wake up and immediately dive into stress, you're already setting yourself up for a difficult time. But if you wake up and take time to connect with God, you're putting yourself in the right mindset. You're reminding yourself that no matter what happens, you have the wisdom, the patience, and the endurance to handle it. You're not stepping into the day empty, you're stepping into it filled. This doesn't mean that problems disappear, or that life suddenly becomes easy. It means that when difficulties come, you're not caught off guard. You're not shaken by every challenge because you've already built up your strength. You've already reminded yourself of who you are and what you're capable of. You've already set your foundation for the day, and nothing can knock you off course. The strongest people are not the ones who never face difficulties. They are the ones who know where to turn when difficulties arise. They don't wait until they're struggling to seek strength. They make it a daily habit. They wake up and fuel themselves before the world has a chance to wear them down. They don't rely on temporary motivation or fleeting inspiration. They rely on a source that never runs dry, and because of that, no matter what comes their way, they are always ready. Trust His guidance every single day. Life presents you with choices. From the moment you wake up, you decide how you will approach the day, how you will react to situations, and what direction you will take. Some people go through life feeling lost, uncertain about their next move, constantly searching for answers, but never really finding clarity. They rely on their own understanding, their own plans, their own logic, but still find themselves frustrated, confused, and stuck. The truth is, no matter how intelligent, experienced, or capable you are, there will always be things beyond your control. There will always be moments where you don't know what to do, where life throws something at you that you weren't prepared for. That's why trusting God's guidance is the most important decision you can make. When you wake up in the morning and put God first, you are doing more than just saying a prayer or reading a scripture. You are aligning yourself with a plan greater than your own. You are surrendering your agenda, your worries, and your uncertainties, and choosing to be led instead of trying to force your own way. Too many people wake up and immediately start chasing after their goals, making decisions based on what seems logical or beneficial in the moment, without ever stopping to ask, God, what do you want me to do? Where do you want me to go? They rely on their own wisdom, but human wisdom is limited. It can only take you so far before you hit a wall, before you find yourself in a situation where nothing seems to be working, before you realize that all your efforts are not enough. Trusting God's guidance means understanding that His plan is always better than yours, even when it doesn't make sense in the moment. It means realizing that just because something looks good on the surface doesn't mean it's right for you. So many times, people make decisions based on what looks best in the moment, only to find out later that they were heading in the wrong direction. A job opportunity that seemed perfect turns into a stressful nightmare. A relationship that felt like it would last forever ends in heartbreak. A plan that appeared foolproof ends up falling apart. That's what happens when you rely on your own understanding instead of seeking divine direction. But when you take the time to ask God for wisdom, when you choose to trust His timing instead of rushing into things, you avoid unnecessary pain, frustration, and regret. God sees what you can't see. He knows the obstacles ahead, the opportunities that are coming, and the path that will lead you to your purpose. He knows when to close a door because He has something better waiting for you. He knows when to delay something because you're not ready yet. He knows when to redirect you because the road you were about to take would have led to destruction. But if you're not listening, if you're not making the effort to seek His guidance first, you'll miss the signs. You'll keep trying to push through doors that were never meant for you. Keep chasing things that were never aligned with your destiny. Keep forcing situations that were never meant to work out. When you wake up and ask God to guide you, you are putting your trust in something uncheckable. You are choosing to be led instead of struggling to figure everything out on your own. You are making the decision to follow wisdom instead of emotions, to walk in faith instead of fear, to move with purpose instead of uncertainty. And the more you do it, the more you begin to see the difference it makes. You stop feeling anxious about the future because you know that God is already ahead of you. You stop second-guessing every decision because you trust that He is ordering your steps. You stop feeling frustrated when things don't go your way because you understand that closed doors are sometimes blessings in disguise. That one of the biggest reasons people struggle with trusting God's guidance is because they want immediate answers. They want everything to make sense right away. They want to see the full picture before they take the first step. But that's not how faith works. Faith requires moving even when you don't have all the answers, trusting even when things seem uncertain, and believing that God's plan is unfolding even when you can't see it yet. When you put Him first every morning, you are making a choice to trust that He will lead you, that He will provide the wisdom you need, and that He will make a way even when things seem impossible. Stay consistent every morning when you rise. The decision to be consistent sets the stage for the rest of your day and ultimately for the rest of your life. Consistency is not about grand gestures or sporadic bursts of energy. It is about the deliberate, repeated actions that build your character and define your future. When you commit to a routine and honor it day in and day out, you are investing in your growth, in your ability to overcome challenges, and in the pursuit of your dreams. Each time you choose to wake up, prioritize your goals, and follow through with discipline, you are planting a seed that, with time, will grow into a mighty tree of success. It is the small, seemingly insignificant actions taken every day that accumulate and eventually lead to profound transformation. There is power in showing up consistently, even when motivation is low and obstacles seem insurmountable, because each day you build a reservoir of strength and a habit of perseverance that becomes the backbone of your progress. Staying consistent means showing up even when you feel exhausted, discouraged, or tempted to stray from your path. There will be days when everything feels overwhelming, when the obstacles appear insurmountable, and when the world seems intent on pulling you off course. Yet it is precisely during these moments that consistency matters most. It is a testament to your inner strength and your commitment to your vision. The act of showing up every day, regardless of the circumstances, reinforces your determination and builds a resilience that you can draw upon in times of need. It is a conscious decision to trust the process, even when the results are not immediately visible, and to understand that every small effort adds up over time. The true measure of success lies not in isolated moments of brilliance, but in the cumulative impact of your daily actions. In a world full of distractions and instant gratification, the discipline to remain consistent is both rare and invaluable. Many are lured by quick fixes and temporary pleasures, only to find that these fleeting moments never add up to lasting change. True transformation is a gradual process, forged by repeated effort and unwavering dedication. When you make consistency a daily habit, you acknowledge that progress is measured in small, deliberate steps rather than sudden leaps. Over time, these repeated actions compound, creating a momentum that propels you forward even when the road is long and difficult. Each day you commit to your routine, you refine your skills, strengthen your character, and nurture a mindset that embraces growth no matter the circumstances. The journey of consistency is also a journey of self-discovery. and personal growth. By committing to your daily habits, you learn more about your own strengths and weaknesses, your passions, and your true potential. You begin to see that discipline is not a restrictive force, but a liberating one, allowing you to break free from the cycles of doubt and procrastination. Consistency teaches you that every effort, no matter how small, contributes to the larger picture of your future success. It transforms mundane routines into meaningful rituals that empower you to take control of your life. As you practice consistency, you develop the habit of holding yourself accountable, fostering a sense of self-respect and confidence that carries you through even the toughest challenges. Regular daily consistency cultivates unwavering hope and unlocks boundless opportunities. There will be times when the benefits of your consistent efforts seem to be hidden behind setbacks or slow progress. It is during these periods that the true test of your commitment arises, rather than being discouraged by temporary obstacles. You learn to see them as opportunities to refine your approach and strengthen your resolve. Each setback becomes a lesson that propels you to try harder, to adjust your strategies, and to continue moving forward with renewed determination. Every action reinforces growth and fuels transformation. The process of staying consistent is not about achieving perfection every day. It is about showing up, learning from your experiences, and persisting in the face of adversity. With every new day, you find another chance to apply what you have learned and explore new possibilities.